blockade? The message is clear. The Nox event is contained. I repeat, the Nox event is contained.
What happened here? What's happening here? It's not contained. I had to find what I needed to survive and fight. But there were too many. And this is how I died. The next time, I was smarter. I moved between the shadows, between the infected. But I wasn't smart enough. And this is how I died. I knew I had to leave this place. I found an empty farmhouse, a place where they'd never find me. I prepped, built defenses. I farmed, I fished, and found a generator to keep me warm through winter. But it needed fuel. There was a gas station back out on the road. I took the car and risked the noise it made. But I would never make it home. This is Project Zomboid. Survive together. Build. Scavenge. Fight. Die. Project Zomboid, the ultimate zombie survival RPG.
Well, hello. It is Thursday night. Right, James Baker? Already? How the hell has it already been a week? I guess it's a matter of perspective. Because I feel like it's been about a week. I feel like a lot of things and days have passed since the last stream. And of course, Thursday night, every Thursday night without fail. Never missed a Thursday since 2016 when I started the tradition. So here we are. But maybe you were here 2 nights ago, James Baker. Maybe just no one else was. I don't know. Actually, I don't know how you could come to a stream. You just have to go to my channel page on YouTube and just stare at it. You're like, this stream's boring. It's the ultimate survival zombie RPG. That's right, Maxie. You still playing? I think you've been playing this game more than I have. At least I'm still into it, but I've been playing other stuff and I've been screwing around on VR a lot. And just watching TV and doing other stuff. I got in this thing last night on VR where I was using virtual desktop. And you can change, basically you see your desktop monitor and you can change the different environments that you're in watching it. And so I set this environment to like a personal home theater, but like an actual theater, like for one person. It's big and everything. And I was watching Pink Floyd like live videos, like from Pulse and that sort of thing. It was pretty cool. Just sitting there in this little dark theater. Sometimes I forget that I'm not actually in that space. Like it feels, I'll be like, oh shit, no, I'm actually just sitting at my desk. Oh, you made it to September. All right. I think I'm in October in my game right now. I haven't been playing that much. In fact, I'm trying to think if I've played Project Zomboid at all since the stream last week. I'm not sure. It's not that I'm not into it, but I've just been playing other stuff and not playing quite as many regular PC games. It's because you were at Barb's stream, you realize you've been doing this for 7 years, and that also makes no sense. Isn't that mind-blowing? Oh my god, EV23! Oh, Evie, I'm so sorry. You know what? I saw you come in during the trailer, and then, oh, of all the people to ignore, EV23 is the best Evie in the internet? Are you kidding me? That was my bad, Evie. Thanks for calling me out on that. That's what I tell Chauncey when Chauncey screams. It's like, Chauncey, cool your jets. Never works. She keeps screaming, but you know, especially when I'm trying to work. But Chauncey, go your jets. And she screams some more. It's like, all right, whatever. It's time to put the blanket on. Put the blanket over. Then she gets quiet. Don't make me put the blanket over you, Evie. Just kidding. I never put the blanket over you. You're fine. So how's everybody doing this week? Let's see. Have anything exciting to report? I just had a really mellow weekend. My work week has been hasn't been particularly bad, but I don't know. You ever just have weeks where you're just like the other day I was feeling just really anxious for no real reason. Like I was just feeling like I don't know. I think it was also because I've been having trouble sleeping a little bit. Not every day, but one day I like had very little sleep. And so I think I was so tired that I got a little like, I don't know, trying to do my job like that was, I think I started freaking out a little bit. Like I can't do this is more than I can do or whatever. But like nothing bad actually happened. It was just all in my head, you know? You need to start prepping for cold weather in the game. I mean, I think the main thing you wanted that I've done so far is just make sure I had some, just some layers to put on. And well, I did start the new game, so I think I'm still in July right now in the new game. But, and the one that I was playing before, when it was October, might have gotten as far as November. I had that firefighter outfit, and I think that thing is really insulated. And it gives you a good deal of protection, too. So that was sort of my winter solution. But it's been a while. I'm fairly certain that in years past, when I've gotten really into this game, I've made it through a winter before. And I don't remember it being that hard. You just got to forage for your canned goods and things to eat, and it gets a little harder to be outside as much in some of the weather, but for the most part it's like I don't remember it being that bad. Like I don't remember it ruining the game or anything. Okay, you went to the dentist for a cleaning and you had no cavities. Maybe 2 years since you haven't. Oh, that's good, Evie. Happy to hear that. I know I've got a few cavities right now. I just need to find it. We haven't found a dentist that I like. When I have seen a dentist here, it's just been like, ouch, tooth hurty. That was a couple years ago. Couple summers ago. I was having gnarly tooth pain. And then there's a place like a couple blocks away from me that's just like, they'll take regular patients, but it's mainly just like an emergency dentist that you can call in, usually get a same day appointment. So I did that, and they gave me like I don't know if you call it a filling, because the tooth, there was some decay there, but basically what they gave me just like sort of mostly fell out a week later, and they warned me that it could. They're like, this tooth probably is bad enough that this filling may not hold. Because there's where they put the filling, I guess there wasn't quite enough tooth structure where the problem was, that they were afraid it wasn't just like patching a hole. There was like a portion down near the gum line where I really wasn't aware that it was that bad. That's the thing about teeth. So anyways, the long story short, I know when I go to the dentist next time, I'm gonna be like a treasure trove. They're gonna have like a list of probably a million little things they want to do, little problems that need fixing and patching and all drilling and whatever the hell is they're gonna do. And hello, Kara the Shapeshifter. It is a certified Project Zomboid moment. I guess it could be. I don't know who determines certifications on things like this. I think in the winter, I think really the only impact that it has is it significantly reduces the growth speed. I don't think it kills your crops. Now that is one thing that when I played this before, I only barely touched farming a little bit. I think last year when I was playing it. So there's a good chance I went through the winter without doing farming. Farming is one of those mechanics that, like, for me, this game, I played it over the years, and there have always been mechanics. Like, I didn't drive, well, they didn't used to have cars, but I know after cars became available, I don't think I tried driving a car for the first year or two that you could drive cars when I would go in and play. Because that's not, when I learned how to play, that wasn't a thing. So I just play it like I always did. And it wasn't until the last year or two that I really started engaging and watching videos and seeing all the things that are going on with the game. It's evolved so much since I first was playing it. And Brad Pritchard, why is a question mark at the end of your call? Hey, call? Talons of justice? Justice? Is it? Pressure. Oh, it's not. I use the Sonicare toothbrush too. Yeah, I'm a big fan of it. So, but the one thing that I was always bad about was flossing. And I think that's over the years has contributed to a lot of those cavities that you don't know. Like, a lot of cavities were ones where I didn't know I had cavities, but they were like along the gum line between the teeth or something. And I just know my tooth hurts. Or they would look and they would find cavities, but they usually like be right along the gum line to the point that I didn't notice them. I mean, which it makes sense because if you're going to get like food and other stuff that's going to get caught and cause cavities, it's likely to get caught in places where, you know, it's not going to be hanging out in the middle of your tooth, just sticking in the center of your of your tooth. It's going to be like stuck in something like between things, you know. So I got, but now we have at all times these little picks, that, these little floss picks. It's sort of like, they look like little slingshot deals with. So, yeah, I pretty much use one after every meal now. Brush your teeth with your finger. I've known people that do that. Yeah. I'm older than cars. Well, at least I've had Project Zomboid longer than cars. I haven't roamed the actual Earth before cars were invented. Like sitting there looking at Ford going, yeah, these aren't like the original cars that I knew back in the 1890s. Yeah, not older than cars. That's right. I was born in the Model T. I was born in the Model T. You only got cavities between your teeth, so if you floss every night, you're golden. Yeah, that's like I said. That's where you're most likely to get cavities, is because that's where, even if you're brushing your teeth every day, it's not going to catch that stuff that gets between your teeth or in those weird places, and that's why doctors are always telling you to floss. And yeah, it's a lesson that I didn't take to heart until the last couple years where I started doing it regularly. Hey, look, it's the other Eevee, Mega Eevee 7. Wait, did you take a 7 out of your name? Or was it always 7? For some reason I thought it was Mega Eevee 77. I'm probably getting confused. Mostly eat canned food. That was traditionally mostly what I would eat, or, you know, bags of chips and jerky and all the stuff that you can just open up and eat. But yeah, I know a big thing was always making sure I had a can opener, and it seemed like you were never that far from a house whose kitchen you hadn't raided yet. But it is kind of a pain, I mean, to rely on that. Like, I think once you have a farming situation, that can be better. That can be better if you figure out how to do it to where you get enough food. And I like preserving is something that I haven't dealt with that much in Project Zomboid. Although in this current playthrough, I did add a few extra mods, and one of them expands preserving. And I can't remember all the ways that it does, but I remember we were talking about it, and I think Nick was thinking, can you maybe preserve the strawberries you're growing? and make like jam or something you could eat. I was like, yeah, it makes sense if you could. So I'm not sure if the mod exactly does that. It might, but I know it'll, once I get to that point where I've got stuff to preserve, yeah, I'll start looking into those options and see what, because it'd be nice to be able to preserve fruit as well as vegetables. I do make a startling variety of salads in the game too. Yeah, except I've learned not to make strawberry salad because strawberries bring more happiness when you just eat them plain. Apparently if you eat 4 strawberries, you get very happy, but if you cut 4 strawberries and throw them into a bowl, it becomes depressing. I think there's a mechanic where if you're making a recipe and you put too much of the same thing in the recipe, it starts becoming boring. And I can understand that mechanic, but it does seem a little silly that like if you just eat the base ingredients, you get happy. But if you add too much of that into a salad, then it makes you like it hits your happiness. You lose happiness for doing it. You have accented. You're now a Sly Fox Time Lord Pirate King. That's a lot of things to be, Mega EV7. You got wireless earbuds off of Amazon. They show how much battery life the case has with a battery indicator. Oh, cool. I got some wire. I got some too, but I don't know if my ears aren't made for it or I haven't figured out how to put them in. And they also like still have little things that stick out the bottom. So I'm not a big fan of mine. They'll feel snug and then randomly they'll just fall out. So it's like I don't feel safe going on walks with them or anything. I still have my old ones over a year. You don't know how people don't buy Raycon everyday earbuds? You've heard they're totally not shit. Well, they get advertised to hell. Like, there's so many YouTube channels have been sponsored by them that you can't not hear how good they are. But have you heard from like real people that use it that they're good? Or are you just falling for the advertising, Brad? Yeah, the strawberry salad makes you less happy too, Brad. Is this so? Are you confirming that that mechanic reflects reality? That strawberry, like strawberries are cool, but strawberry salad with nothing else, depressing. They're trash. You enjoy me. Well, the thing is I know people like my wife has got sort of like they're not expensive, but they're like $15, $15 to $20 ones, and she loves them. She says they stay in her ear. So all I know is I don't know. Maybe I didn't have not using the right size insert, or not jamming them in my ear far enough. I don't know what the deal is. Actually, was it here? Somebody said that they had actually watched a video about how to get them into their ear correctly, and then they stayed. So if it bothers me enough, maybe I need to do some research. Because the ones I got are actually nice. They're supposed to be $100, and then they were on sale for like 40. So I was watching videos where they were pretty highly recommended. They got really good sound quality. They seem like good quality, and they've got the case, the charging case, where you stick them in and they magnetically like grab the earbuds and suck them into the slots in there, and then charge out of the case has its own charge, so it recharges the earbuds. It's kind of cool. But probably that's not that cool. Like, I don't know if you need to get a high-end thing for it to do that, but I don't think mine is fancy like Eevee's, where I can look at the case and see how much battery life is in it. Yeah, it really sucks them into those slots. It makes me excited every time it happens. It's like, oh, time to put my earbuds away. Just can't wait for that case to suck them into those slots. You get it, Brad. I love technology. That's all I'm saying. The Tozo Amazon earbuds. Well, that's a thing where other people I know just swear up and down, like, just get the cheap ones. like they're good and everything else, and that sometimes that's the case. They're fine and they'll work for you. And I think I've learned in some ways I'm not a super audiophile. I think what really surprised me is when I was looking into getting the Quest, my VR headset, the Quest 2, and over again reviews said that the onboard sound system was garbage. And like they recommend like, oh, you should look into some wireless things to go along with it, to pair with it, so you don't have to deal with its horrible tinny. I don't know if they call it tinny, but all I know is I got it, and I think it actually sounds really good. Like I don't know that it's the highest, like has the highest bass and range and whatever of everything, but I think the sound quality is really clean, and it's like it's not tinny or weak or anything. It's really, to me, feels like a very rich sound. It's just not gonna beat my eardrums with, you know, like deep bass or anything. Play a game where you escape the zombie by going to Canada? Is that is a game, right? That sounds familiar. Or is it like Oregon Trail? I can't remember. But Oregon, like Organ. And you drive a station wagon, and it's like got like, it looks like Atari, like 1980s graphics. Is that the one you're talking about? I might be getting the name wrong. Death Road to Canada. Okay, well that makes sense. Yeah, that title seems much more accurate to what you were describing. Are you tinny and weak, Brad? I'm sorry about that. Are you poorly reviewed? The people say, you know, Brad Pritchard is great, but you need to find another audio solution because his onboard speakers are just shot. They're not good. Trying to think what was that. Oh, you know what's funny is I mentioned I was in VR. I was in one of those theater environments. I was watching Pink Floyd videos, and one of the videos ended, and then a Brad Pritchard stream came on. It was just like, for some reason, it was auto-fed as the next video. I don't know why, but that was just kind of a funny experience, just sitting there. It was like a stream from like 3 months ago. Are you doing one of your daily Binding of Isaac runs? It must have been upsetting. It wasn't upsetting at all. I was like, it's Brad. But, you know, it wasn't Pink Floyd, so you did have to go. I acknowledged and I remembered it. I'm talking about it now. It's a memorable, random YouTube encounter that I wasn't expecting. Seeing Brad on the big screen in my virtual home theater. That's a game. I Want to Be the Guy. What's that one? Yeah, yeah, but we don't. I do watch Brad in VR, but I don't want to talk about. That's one of those apps I don't want to talk about. I've watched myself. I kind of like watching just regular content, not usually for a long time, but I like watching regular content on a giant screen. Like seeing one of my videos like being projected on a theater screen. It's like, oh, it's kind of like, oh, that's kind of neat. It's a game, all right, Maggie. Yeah, I don't think I've heard of that one. You bought the Raccoon City bundle on Steam yesterday? I think, is that the one you were talking about? Let's see, Resident Evil 2 and 3 and some PvP Resident Evil game for $14.99. Well, very cool. No, I haven't watched myself perform Walter the Hobo Vampire. Of course, you never get to see me actually sing Walter the Hobo Vampire. But, yeah, I could have that. That'd be a cool effect. Being in like a full-size movie theater, and then Walter the Hobo Vampire video comes on. I feel like I finally made it. I finally made it. Oh, Evie, okay. So you were telling me, okay, so you were telling me about a different one a couple of weeks ago. And Becky Evie's going by. Okay. Good night, Becky Evie. Thanks for coming by. We'll see you soon. Okay, right. Okay, Evie. So that was all like the newest ones. So the one with 2 and 3, is it the remakes though? Is it those like the one I was playing? I guess it's like the October before last. I need to get back and finish that Resident Evil 2 remake. Or is it the original ones? Because I'm gonna say probably that Resident Evil 2 remake, even though I didn't finish it, was really good. Yeah, I thought it was really good. I mean, I think Resident Evil 7 I thought was good, but it was way too. It was just way too stressful for me. And Resident Evil 2 had a little bit of a slower kind of horror vibe that I enjoyed. I didn't stop playing it because I didn't like it. I just stopped playing because I stopped wanting. I just wasn't in the mood to play horror games. As you all have noted vocally during October this year, especially Maxie, that as soon as October hit, I almost immediately stopped being interested in horror games. I just don't want to deal with it. All right. Hold on. Getting comfortable here. My socks were getting awfully hot. I got the heater on in my room, so it's nice and toasty. It's cold outside. Well, it's 43, but it's cold, you know. But not in here. It's toasty. Yeah, I did. That's right, Brad. I didn't even show you all the different endings of Convenience Store. Maybe that can be one of my annual October traditions, though, just to keep you looking forward all year long. Every year, I'll attempt to get an alternate entry to the ending to the convenience store. Oh, yeah, I just realized I should probably launch Project Zomboid in the background. I forgot to do that. This game takes a long ass time to load. So keep us on the welcome screen till the game is ready to launch. So I wonder where Nick is tonight. Did we miss him? I don't think he came in here yet. It just feels weird when Nick doesn't show up. I should load convenience store in the foreground. Yeah, I thought convenience store was an interesting experience. And I certainly immediately wanted to play it all over again as soon as I finished it. But, you know, I exercised restraint. Took a lot of restraint to not immediately replay it. In October 2024. Wait, why are we skipping 2023? I'm loading up the game now. I'm thinking, I don't think I've played this since last week.
45 seconds of gameplay.
All right. Oh, it's maybe it takes longer to launch because I have all these mods. And yeah, I see that it hasn't populated on the game screen either. You think Nick wants me to play Battle Brothers? I thought nobody liked Battle Brothers. Okay, maybe now that it's loading something else. Come on. There we go. I knew you could do it, OBS. This is how you died. I just know that for a short period of time, I was hyped about Battle Brothers until I streamed it. And then, well, I think I was already kind of getting over it. So let's see. What was I doing? I think I'm in a strange house right now. Okay, here I am. I'm up here. Now I'm thinking I did play this since last stream because I don't think I walked up here last time. I'm just trying to get around town. Oh, and I found a map of town too. So I think I want to try and just get over here. What I really wanted to do is get to some of the shops and stuff. Start finding some good stuff. That's right. I was in these little houses up here, and I found that one closet that had like 10 pounds of cassettes in them. Yeah, that's right. And then my stream ended where I just listened to music, and then Joss was so offended by the music that he left. It was a difficult time, but we got to experience some Bowie, so that makes up for it. So let's see. I'm not hungry. It's almost 6 o'clock. It's weird. I barely remember a crossbow. Yeah, I better take that. And I did find, I think last time I didn't have this. One of the big things I wanted was a backpack or something. And I found a duffel bag. It's not the biggest container in the game, but it's 18 slots, so it's better than nothing. That's actually starting to fill up a little bit. If I go, yeah, well, we could as an experiment. I just go to the thanks for watching screen. Maybe I should do it. Let's try this. Well, everybody, thank you all for joining me again in the Gaming Lawyer Thursday night stream. It's been a great night. We've had good times. We've had bad times. We had very emotional times. I still remember that time that I talked about my earbuds being sucked into slots. It was a very arousing conversation. But that was 30 minutes of our lives that we'll never get back. You're welcome, Maxie. Thank you for making it. And let's see. Who else may have been lurking, perhaps? Who else may have been lurking until this screen came on? It's been a hell of a night. That's right, Brad. It has been. We had both Eevees in here. The best Eevee and the other one. And oh, Brad, I haven't even sung the lullaby. Wow, this is an accelerated ending. Guys, we gotta give Joss the time to show up. No, that didn't work.
45 seconds of gameplay.
Yeah, all the Eevees. That's right, Maxie. You got it. That's the best one, and then there's the other one. That's so. Your mom calls you. Is that? Didn't she? Wasn't your cats were Dum Dum and Other Cat, or did Other Cat have a name? I just remember I always thought that was really funny that you called your other cat Other Cat. I didn't realize that was based on your own upbringing. The other cat's name was Other Cat. All right. Yeah, I love that so much. Like, I think he even brought that up during a work meeting once. Because people were talking about, like, what interesting names have you named your pets? And I was like, I've never named my pets anything interesting. But this guy I know, he named his cats Dum Dum and Other Cat. And so you don't even know this, Brad, but there are people all over the United States in that meeting who admire your naming conventions for cats. I should probably get back home and offload some of this crap I picked up. Oh. Maxie, did I show you this last time? Look at this. Oven, smoked cigarettes. There you go. It's a dedicated mod. You can use ovens and I think grills and other stuff. Well, I think you use propane torches. So that feature that we were talking about, you know, you should be able to do it, but you can't. Well, there it is. All right, so wait, I think I know what the deal was. Do I want a hunting guide for me enter? It's Stevie Nicks. Yeah, I'll take that. How the hell do I get home? Okay, there's my house. I'm not that far. I could probably just make it home. Just want to go home and empty my bags. Yeah, this house was surrounded by a bunch of zombies. And, I don't know, it was like the damn zombie apocalypse happened during Thanksgiving or something. Is this the live one down here? Looked very suspicious. Strike a match off the sole of your boot like Clint Eastwood? Well, if you have matches, you can... I guess you can pretend you're doing that. I guess I could stop the sneaking mode. That's making me go very slow. I felt like I went... I think I did go on a long journey, but I went on a roundabout way. So it's like, I thought it was a lot further from home than this. But there's my... Or no, here. This is what's been my main base. But the journey I took was, I went down here. I tried to go to this house, set off an alarm, freaked out, ran away. Jumped over the road here, went through the woods. There's a church. I looked around the church. And I looked around here, and then I sort of doubled back. Saw these houses over here. And then made my way up here. So it's like, I went on a long journey, but really just getting back to my house, it's just like right, pretty close. You built a level 3 wall in front of your fire station. It took you forever. I don't think I've done a higher level wall yet. Oh, you did like around your entire fire station? Is that what you mean? Oh my shit. Well, this is kind of nice. I feel like I'm already feeling the benefits of the efforts. You know, I took all those efforts to sort of clear out their blocks around my home. And obviously there's still zombies here, but it's thinned out quite a bit. That's one of the things I like about the no respawn. Zombies will still repopulate due to migration mechanics, but they won't just like, yeah, here's some zombies. Hey, buddy. Here, come over here. Remember, because I don't want corpses littering the road. Because eventually I'm going to have a car. And I don't want to blow out an axe on your damn bones. Yeah. It's enclosed on three sides by chain link. Okay, so you just enclosed it the rest of the way. Oh, one thing that I think I did hear or see in a video that I didn't know before, because I think you asked once, will zombies attack, like I built my walls and gates to that neighborhood I was in, and you asked if zombies will attack your walls. And I was like, well, I've never seen them attack, like, in houses they never attack walls, so I assumed they only attack doors. But somebody said that zombies are attracted to things that you build. And I still don't know if they specifically meant walls, but they said, for example, if you're in a house and you don't put up barricades, unless there's some sort of noise or something to draw the zombies, they'll normally ignore the house. But if you put planks of wood on the windows that the zombies can see, they will be attracted to destroy them. You know what I think it maybe is time to consider is coming up with better organization for my so far I've been putting all my loot into this one cabinet. Oh, you heard that too, Maxie? Yeah, I didn't know that before. Specifically, one of my things that I usually do is I start building up the barricading the windows. It's a little bit kind of sucks a little bit if it turns out that zombies who would normally ignore your house would ignore your house are now going to pay attention to it because you put up the fortifications. But anyways, by the time I put up the fortifications in my last house, I had pretty well already cleared out the neighborhood. Let's see, batteries I don't need to keep on me. Manages. I already have, and I renamed these two. I think that's the mod that lets me rename the bags. I got my smoke pack. Oh no, I don't need these rounds of ammunition in there. And I got this is my medicine bag, the first aid pack. It's got my beta. I probably don't need the beta blockers anymore. I grabbed beta blockers before I could light cigarettes. Or maybe it was before I found... No, I think I added that mod after I was playing this game, because I remember, maybe even as of our last stream, one of my main objectives was to find matches, because my dude was wigging out because he couldn't smoke. I probably need a fuel bag, huh? Oh, empty jar. Why do I have socks? More dirty socks. Here, just gonna rip them. Ooh, I got salad. I have to put that in the fridge. You know what? I'm gonna eat the salad now. This is a lettuce, broccoli, and cheese salad. It makes me happy. Yep, and I just in the nick of time starting to get hungry. Gonna eat the whole thing. See, soap. I think we can put all these. Nope, wrong one. All these in there. Let's get these into the smoke back. Nails, duct tape. I think that's a spare crowbar. Let me check the status of my crowbar that I'm using. It's down to about a third, maybe 40%. That's still actually for a crowbar. That's still going to last quite a bit of time, so I don't need to worry about changing out my crowbar yet. Crowbars last a long time. Empty bowl. The crossbow I don't need to carry with me. Oh, it's already too full. Okay. Maybe I'll start... This is like a junk drawer anyways. I'll start putting some crap in there. Maybe I'll start putting weapons in there. So we'll get the crowbar, the axe, hammer, pipe wrench, screwdrivers, pistol. Ah, inventory management. That's one thing, when I made this character, I rebalanced them. And the last Lawrence Hawk that I made had a trait called dexterous. And one of them, I think the main thing it does is it makes packing and unpacking really fast. So when you're grabbing a bunch of things, like taking them in and out of bags like I just did, it happens a lot more quickly. And I'm actually feeling the difference right now. God, it's taking forever. The game is about 75% inventory management. It's one of the reasons why when I was, I've been into this game for years, but I didn't start streaming it until the last couple of years. And one of the reasons was exactly that. Like, oh, it's a pistol. Carry more as your fitness improves. I wonder if there's a mod for that. I don't think that's a mechanic in the game. I don't think it's a mechanic in the game. But I know if you take, I think if you take the trait strong or stout during character creation, that will bump up your stats. But I don't know if you can acquire those traits once you're in the game. Some things like overweight and underweight, though, you can. So, I don't know. That's going to go on the list of things that I'm not sure about that I speculate basically do or do not exist in the game. I was going to drink and fill my water bottles. Not the bowls. Water bottles. And speaking of bowls... Oh, wait, did I not have? I guess this was my cooking thing here. I probably don't need multiple bowls. Okay, empty bowl in here. Matches to put that in the smoke pack. Ripped sheets, I don't need carrying around. Yep, inventory management, ladies and gentlemen. Looks 11 o'clock at night. He just goes to sleep. He's so tired. He's so sleepy. All right. He'll finish doing inventory management in the morning. Why I keep finding houses where the bedroom is the bedroom that I like is the very furthest one. You go up the stairs all the way down to the hall at the end. Sweet sleep. I wish my sleep was that easy in real life. I'm just like, oh, trying to go to sleep. And then like this game, if it were really realistic to my life, you'd have to get up. At this point, it's been good. And I only have to get up once a night. But I still get up. It's like, oh, time to go have my middle of the night pee. Now, sometimes that screws the whole thing up, Canned. Did I grab some canned goods? No. Cereal. That's canned sardines. I don't know why I'm wrong. I'll keep this, sir. Nah, put them away. All right. What goodness can I cook? Let's see. Maybe I'll make a salad from tomato. What else can I do? Tomato and pickle salad. That didn't add a whole lot. Tomatoes and grapes go well together, don't they? Tomato and grape salad. Yeah, apparently. Look at it's doing wonders for my happiness meter. I think it's more of a mood fixer than a source of nutrition. I know it's just empty calories, but I love me some tomato and grape salad. There's some strawberries in there. Tomato, grape, and strawberry salad. Yeah, I'm gonna keep putting more grapes in there. Not enough grapes! And I could, but I want to cook the pork first. It will let me put the raw pork in there, but especially since I'm prone to illness, I think I might even have weak stomach as a trait. That'd be a particularly bad idea. Yeah, weak stomach. So, bad idea. All right, so let's we'll eat half of this now, and we'll just carry. Well, we'll see what our hunger meter's like when I'm done. We'll save the rest of this for later. And I think I'm ready to hit the road. Yeah, let's see what's the date in here? 7/18. So it's still early on. We still got power, all that stuff. Okay, that's not terrible. Of course, I'm gonna remember whatever it is that I'm forgetting when I'm 10 blocks away from my house. So, game plan. All right. I think I'm just gonna. I think I'm gonna get back up to that road that I was at. Try and cut across to this area. Looks like there's a lot of commerce going on there. I'm gonna expect that also coincides with a lot of zombie clumps up there too. But it's good to have goals, you know? Maybe I'll start keeping an eye out for a car too. I keep forgetting that I can hotwire cars. Although I also don't like doing a whole lot of driving while there's still zombies everywhere. I just get out of my car constantly to clear them out anyways. Wait, is this the way? Yeah, I think it's the way I'm going. Hey, Nick. You tomato and grape salad to fix your mood? If you think happy needs fixing. Wait, you make it sound like you'd only eat it if you wanted to become unhappy, Nick. Where clearly, this simulation, the simulated models all conclude that a tomato and grape salad, especially with some pickles and strawberries, is a great mood increaser. And by the way, hi, Nick. Your goal is for me to play something else, Brad? Aren't you enjoying this? I keep forgetting if you hate this game or not, or my impression that I can recall is you're just kind of indifferent to this game. Which is a win in my book. It's better than a game that Brad has a strong negative opinion. Maybe you do, maybe you hate it and you just have been very polite to not hate it. But I think you just like, you're just uninterested. Right? It's not like a passionate hatred. Like for Dead by Daylight, for example. Did I look? I think I did look at the tabs now. You don't hate this game? It gets monotonous. Because of my low risk playstyle? Okay, I can see that. Like, if you're watching The Nurse, you're into that shit. Because she's doing all sorts of crazy shit constantly. Alright, so this is more than I usually do. Does this help a little, Brad? This could have been the bad decision that ends my run. I think that's one reason in particular that I am cautious is I do not want to die. Oh, that was good. Alright, come on, fall down. Alright. Time for a cigarette. Dude's freaking out a little bit. And let's check out the old corpses. Oh, red digital watch. Oh, okay, more coming. I'm gonna kill him by smashing his feet. Get away, zombie! I hit your feet! You got anything good? Wow, there's a... This house is like, its real estate value is gonna drop. We're gonna have to disclose... Fuck you, what are you doing? We're gonna have to disclose how many corpses were in the front yard at some point. Pretty sure it's a legal requirement. Did I actually look at all these guys? I killed a ton of zombies. Oh, does the wallet have money in it? I like money in this game. An annotated map. Okay, grab that. I like money in this game because it's a very light resource that you can use to light your grill. Wait, who had painkillers? Alright, I don't give a shit. I got painkillers. Oh, hey, I see you there. Maxie, you were indifferent to this game before you started playing it? I think I didn't I gift that to you because it was on your wish list? I don't know, you were interested enough. But yeah, it may be one of those games that if you're not into playing it, you maybe not going to be so much into watching it. Have I read the Rosewood map yet? I don't think I looked at these guys. Wallet. Alright. I think I did look at the guys right by the window. I had a little murder fest right at that window right there. It's funny, I just suddenly had the impulse to, like, quick save. Like, nope. Yeah, well, especially my sort of philosophy going into this game, this particular playthrough, is I want to treat it like sort of the way that originally was meant to be, which is you play it and you die, and if you die, you start over. This mod, it's realistic that if I had a crowbar, you could pry doors open. Alright. I see you over there. Alright, we'll get back to this. Any other surprises in here? Ew! Alright, nice glasses. Earbuds! I already have earbuds at home, never mind. That was one of the things I wanted to do, is get like a disc player. Is that a fish just sitting on the table? A dead bird? I'm gonna skip that, I think. It's more fun to play than watch, save for when I'm out exploring. Okay, so the 2 out of 3 hours of gameplay where I'm just messing with inventory, not so much fun. A new oven. You know what we haven't had yet is the ooh, they've got the emergency station. I was gonna say they don't have the helicopter event. And only some radios have the emergency channel frequency. Alright, can I take this? Device options. Do I have to use the actual, like, removal tool to pick this up? Oop, this is the one. Alright. Yeah, this radio I want to have in my house. Oh yeah, I guess I could dismantle the earbuds. Yeah, I didn't even think of that. What is this over here? Looks like a giant Hershey bar in the middle of my lawn. Oh, just some sort of an artifact. Is that like a random piece of roof out there or something? I don't even know what the hell that is. Doesn't look right. One of my mods must have made something confusing. Oh, the fucking helicopter. Speak of the devil. Alright, time to get the fuck out of here. Alright, hold on. Where am I? Okay, we're gonna jet out. the back the way we came. Oh shit, okay. Let me grab some food. Now is the time. Probably don't need this much food. Alright, I just need to go. Time to go. We don't want to be in here. Although, maybe I cleared out enough zombies in this area. Maybe I cleared out enough zombies that it's not going to be a problem. I spent a good amount of time just killing zombies over here, you know? Alright, well, no, there's some. Oh, okay, there's more than I want to deal with. Yeah, there's zombies are coming. Alright, nope, I didn't obviously clear out the world as much as I had hoped. Maybe we can Pied Piper these assholes. Come on, zombies. Let's have a slow parade out of town. Come on, y'all zombies. Ketchup. I have a feeling there's some zombies hanging out in these trees. Oh, I got quite a few of them coming after me. I forget how long the helicopter event lasts. Like, if it dictated, if it loses sight of you, if it goes away faster. It almost sounds like it just left. If that, I can't believe it's gone yet. You still coming, anyone? Nope, here it comes. One time I just hid under a tree. Could be a bad move. No, I don't. Although they've got some mods for the helicopter event that add a bunch of stuff to it. So they come multiple times, but like I think sometimes they can drop supplies. Sometimes they attack. They do extra things. Something I thought was interesting. I was not interested enough to really look in depth to what it did, though. There, how's this for riveting gameplay? G-Law hides under a tree. This is better than 4 hours in Riften. Well, hold on. Oh, here's zombies. This is in one hand, this is a bitch move. But on the other hand, I hear shit moving. This is freaking me out. Huh! No, I'm going. No, I think that was... Sometimes it's just wind. There's something over here. Oh god! Oh fuck! Shit! Oh, that was a bad idea. Okay, I didn't get bit. Okay, that did not work. Oh my god. that scared the shit out of me. Because part of me was thinking, like, I've seen trees twitch in the wind, too. Man, there's a lot of... Well, I just know I did it once, and it actually seemed to work out fine for me. Oh, look at him. He's so... Strong panic! Alright, we gotta take care of this. Alright, stop sneaking. They're onto you. You got a helicopter leading them straight to you, so... That's right, finish up that cigarette. Oh, still freaked out. Did I keep my beta blockers? Let's see, take some pills. This is what they call self-medicating on the run. Well, you just don't have time to stop. All the zombies are going the other way. Maybe it's time to start going this way. The way that they're not all walking. It was at this point that Andy knew he fucked up. Oh, hey guys. Oh, these guys. They have some awesome camo pants. Shit. Alright, well, oh, hello. It does seem to me, though, I think the helicopter's gone. The downside is I do still at this point have I have an uncomfortable number of zombies just moving everywhere right now. Yeah, I think that was no, I see trees moving up there. Watch out, dude. Right now, you can't just brush it off and say it's the wind. Zombies are on the move right now because of that flipping helicopter. Let's see, did I still have half of my lunch? Yep, there's my tomato salad to cheer me up. Tomato, grapes, strawberries, and pickles. It's all part of my self-medicating process. Still being followed? Yeah, we are. Shit. Okay. Let's get a little distance here. I know they always say you're not supposed to run, but you know, sometimes you just need just a little leg up. The salad is the salad helps you come to terms with your own mortality in a very immediate sense. All right. I think it's time to... We can stop running. All right, I'm not going to loot all these houses, though. Yeah, I think all the shit that was following me is no longer following me. So we're just back to business as usual. BAU, you know. Ooh, an eye patch. Can I wear that shit? I want to zoom in and see my eye patch. Wait, that probably means I'm not wearing my glasses anymore, though, huh? Am I wearing my glasses? And the eye patch? Wait, where are my glasses? Oh, maybe I lost my glasses at some point. Alright, oh well. I hope the eye patch doesn't cause a penalty to hit. I don't seem to have any status ailments. Yeah, I see you over there. I see you coming over here. Just remember, stay out of the road. In the city or in the woods. Help keep America looking good. And I see you back there too, bitch. Nope. Nope. Yeah, when that guy in the forest grabbed me, I probably dropped him. Hey, what's up, Shadowy Ninja? Welcome to my Thursday night stream. You can take it to the bank. Right, Brad? Alright, now I gotta figure out what I'm doing. Now that I'm no longer panicked. Alright, so I'm just gonna head, sort of like, just go to Main Street over here, you know? I want to check out the main strip of the town. There's some nice houses over here, too. Is that guy coming for me? All right, I'll wait. I'll wait over here. Come over on this side of the street. I feel like your name is familiar. Shadow Ninja. Although, if you probably, if you've seen my content before, it's a live stream. I don't have a whole lot of VODs. I haven't made actual VODs in years. I started this channel as a VOD channel. I was never planning on live streaming, but there we are. That's where we're at. Globally famous. It's true. Even now, there's 7 people in here. They represent diverse geographical locations. All right, there's more zombies over there than I want to deal with. Oh, there's more zombies over there than I want to deal with. All right. This guy's coming after me right now. Little trip over the fence. Bam. Splatty face. This guy's got a birthday hat on. I feel bad. There we go. Master Ninja? I just know that the ninja part I remember, but you may not. It could have been somebody else. And that's the thing that happens a lot of times too. Is there's a lot of I've been streaming for, you know, has it been almost 7 years now? So there are a ton of people that have been here, and some of them were like regulars at one point, but it's been 5 years and their name is different. So they'll come in and I'll be like, oh yeah, hey. They're like, hey, how you been? Oh yeah, good, good. You, hey you. You know how that goes? Or you're like, I'm sure I knew this person because they clearly know me. My streams have always been, oh, that's a lot of zombies. My streams have always been kind of small, so if you've been in my streams, I probably, you know, spoken with you and talked to you. I have been, let me see, probably not quite an hour today, but I just survived the helicopter event. All right. And mostly, I just want to get to like the downtown of this area so I can start seeing like the good loots and maybe find like a vehicle. Hey, this house is all barricaded up. Maybe this would be worth looking into. Are you awake? Nope. It's probably... Actually, I'm hearing a lot of zombies. Oh. Maybe use this one. I have guns back at my base. I tend to avoid using guns. The limited times I've tried using them, I was very bad at them. And then also, they make a lot of noise. And I'm in that phase of the game where I don't want all the zombies coming out. Damn, there's a lot of zombies in there. Alright, maybe we'll skip this house for now. My theory that because it's boarded up, it's already like a nice secure base. They're gonna bust out all the windows, too. Eh. Well, I have a base in the sense that there's a house that... there's a house that I've been putting my crap into. It's not so much of a base per se. Alright. But right now, I think the objective is to just find a house that I can sort of lay low in. Because it's getting close to evening. And I am right next to commercial stuff. Here, I like this brick house with the American flag. It looks much cooler than this other house I'm standing next to. So yeah, I got my loot's in there, and when my bag's filled up, it's the one place I kept going back to. Oh, this is not a house? Hey, it's an attorney's office. That works out. That's appropriate. Oh, hold on. Okay. I don't like fighting at this angle. Oh shit, turn around, dude. All right. Wow. I took care of that like I knew what I was doing. All right. Now, are there more coming? Oh yeah, there's like a whole little horde over here that got... Yep, this could go badly for me. Actually, I think this is going to turn out all right. As long as I don't get winded. No, if anyone, if you ask some of the people in here, if anyone's cheating, it's me, because I use the green outline feature. I've been accused of that being like a cheater move, and then I also have like the multi swing where you can, if you take a swing and there's 3 zombies in that range, you hit all of them at the same time. It makes things feel a little bit OP. All right. Well, that was more of a horde than I was planning on dealing with. Let's see, we're just collecting the watches for now. We don't want any surprise alarms going off. We got Louisville already. You use those too, Maxie? Yeah, I don't think they're cheating. People give me a hard time because it's more exciting for them when they when they see me having a difficult time staying alive. It's more entertaining. So they're always trying to encourage me to make decisions and do things that are going to make my character have a more difficult time. Now this mod is a little bit cheatery. Pry open door with a crowbar. Realistic, but it really puts looting houses into easy mode. It's a little Better Call Saul vibe going on here. All right, I was kind of hoping there would be like a bedroom though. So I guess this is not like, oh, hello, brother. All right, I'll catch you on the next side, as nobody said. Yeah, well, anyone with a crowbar should theoretically be able to pry a door open, I think is the philosophy. But being the thief is supposed to make it easier for you to pry open windows without breaking them. Oh, hello. Didn't see you there. What have I... Have I attracted another miniature horde? Come on. Really having myself a busy evening here. Alright, maybe it is finally time to go into that house. The house that I was too good for 5 minutes ago. Starting to look really good right about now. Okay. Let's be smart about this. I think prying the doors open with the crowbar does make noise. So, let's just be in here, be quiet. What? Clear. Oh, the bedroom is just all part of this area. It's not cheating, though it kind of it is. I just saw that. Well, I keep saying, especially with the green radius thing. Oh, this guy's got lots of ammo, huh? All right, hold on. I keep saying what you lack in depth perception because of the way that, you know, it's this isometric angle, your character would be able to see those things. You have this. Oh, a shotgun. Crap. There's a lot of big weapons here. No round and chamber. Okay, I'm going to grab them, but normally shotgun's a good starter weapon. These are both heavy, though. They're going to... I'm already overburdened. Eh, screw that. I'm going to put that... I'm going to get the weapons later. I'll come back. Hey, uh-oh. Shadow Ninja's about to learn the true price of donating on my channel. Thank you for... Is that a New Zealand dollar? I appreciate that. It's very, very... Totally unnecessary, but I'll take it. I am set up to take your money. Which means if you give it to me, I will put it in my pocket. There it is. Oh. Regrets. Shadow Ninja is having regrets now. Like, I paid $1 for that? That's Pipecock. He's a fan favorite. Probably one of the reasons my channel has always stayed small. Someone new comes in, I get a raid, a bunch of people show up. Hey, this guy, he seems all right. You know what? I'm gonna throw a buck his way, and then that happens, and they're like, "All right, never coming here again." Just to weed out the normies. Do I have my secret donates? I know that I had some... I mean, Pipecock was really the main thing. I don't think I had a bunch of, like, if you donate 666, the Exorcist face pops up or something like that. Hey, Once in a Lifetime. I like that song. Okay. What I am looking out for in books is the driving manual for standard cards, or for repairing standard cards. I haven't seen that one yet. Standard models! Oh, I'm gonna read that shit right now. So, no, the mod thing is I basically modded everybody years ago, and I have not added new mods since. So, the mods that I have are always here too. So, and basically, one of the reasons for that is there are people that have been coming to this stream for years who are not mods, and I consider them good viewers. I consider them, YouTube friends, online, friends, and they're good people. But it's like I just sort of stopped because people get weird about mod, like especially back when it seemed like. Well, YouTube's getting more popular again too, but I was never into the whole thing about people wanting to be mods and then one person to get salty because they got mod and the other person didn't. And so at a certain point, I just like, you know what? I got enough mods. They're always here. I'm not gonna add any more mods from now on. So, oh my gosh, look, it's Stone. What are you up to, Stone? How you been, man? I should demand what? Well, look at all that delicious food. I'm gonna eat half of this ham. Just put it in my mouth. So, well, cool, Shadow Ninja. I appreciate you understanding. Because, like I said, I know sometimes people are like, well, I'm nice and I was, whatever, well behaved, and why didn't I get a why didn't I get to be a mod? It's like, nope. Just keep it simple. Yeah, I don't think I've added a mod since 2017. Let's see. Wait, oh yeah, I got all this fresh fruit that I brought with me. Here, let's put this stuff in the fridge. That's when the helicopter event happened. That's one reason I'm overburdened. I grabbed a bunch of heavy cans. Yeah, the last time I clearly remember handing out mods was in 2017. And even at that point, it was like, it had been like a year. And I was just like, you know what? There are people that have been here since the very beginning who I think would make good mods, who I sort of at times intended to make mod, and I just hadn't done it yet. I just hadn't thought of it. So I think I went through one sweep in 2017 where I just went through, I looked back over one of my streams, and I picked out like 3 or 4 people that were there every time. They were always, they're always normal. They never got weird, whatever. And they seemed to, care about that, this was a pleasant place to be for people to visit and get along well with others. And I think that's the last time, maybe it was 2018, but I know it had been, most of my mods I added at the end of 2015 to beginning of 2016. And over the course of 2016, my channel grew quite a bit. And so I did add more mods periodically throughout 2016, but I think by 2017, I was mostly done doing mods. I need an Oscar for being an old YouTuber. Well, and I'm also chronologically old as a person. I'm an old timer in every sense. Wait, where's this part? Is that a separate? All right, well, it doesn't matter. I'm going to go to sleep. I'm going to have a cigarette, then I'm going to go to sleep. Smoke cigarettes. I probably need to eat, too. I like it in the morning. Am I still underweight, though? Underweight. Maybe I'll eat now. Wish that was my problem in real life. Like, man, I just can't put on any weight. What the heck? Let's have an eggplant salad. I launched this channel in September of 2015. I've been around YouTube since 2007. It's just I created this channel specifically to give gaming content. So I had a channel where I made videos back in 2006, 2007. I did that for a couple years, but those were videos that was like, I did videos about like political opinions and stuff like that, because that's what I was into watching at that time. And that whole scene was that whole like doing that kind of content almost immediately becomes toxic. So I sort of stopped doing that. And I think I had about 800 subs on that channel, and it was never huge. And I don't even name that channel out now. I don't tell people what it's called because I don't want people to be like, oh, well, let me see this channel. And then, you know, inevitably, whatever my opinions are or were, 15 years ago, that half of the audience will see it and go, I hate that. I can't believe that son of a bitch thinks that way. So, yeah, I stopped using that channel and I created this one. And like one of my main rules is no talking politics. So I don't want it to come up at all. Why am I carrying an eraser? I haven't even used it at all, but the eraser is so that if you bring a pen, you can draw on the map. And if you bring an eraser, I think you can erase what you drawn on the map. So far, I haven't used that function at all, but I always keep a pen and an eraser on me. Pen, pencil, or pencil and an eraser on me for those reasons. And then I just never use it. All right, I was in the middle of, I totally lost track of what I was doing. Eggplant salad. Let's see, let's put pickles. Pickles, of course, good in the eggplant salad. I shouldn't be using the pickles. And I had that whole ham, too. Oh, well, I'm committed to the salad now. Put some pear in there. And orange. We're really mixing it up. That reminds me, we have fresh fruit. Oh, I'm kind of excited about that. Can I add more? Oh, hell yeah, more pear. All right. Gonna eat. You know what? Let's put this in the fridge. And then I'm gonna eat half of the ham, which actually this might be the second half of the ham, so I might end up full to bursting. But I need to put on weight, you know? Oh, no, that's not too stuffed. I'll take it. I did read that. Okay. All right. Guy's very sleepy and also getting bored, just like my viewers. The getting bored icon is hovering over my entire stream right now. All right. But that's okay. You stop being bored when you go out and start killing zombies. I think I've looked at everything in this house, haven't I? Did I look in the... As long as I'm here. Oh, there's a pistol, but nah, I'm not picking up pistols yet. There's headphones. Another pistol. Oh, this guy loved music and guns. Wait, where is it? Oh yeah, I didn't even realize I had that stat open. Yeah, I do some systematic killing. I mean, Brad complains that I'm so cautious, but I'm not. It's not like I avoid all confrontation. I'm very selective about how and when I engage in confrontation, but St. John Rapasso Trap remix. Oh, you're talking about. Just realized. It's like what's that? What are they talking about over there? Set an alarm. Okay, we're good. This was like a separate house, wasn't it? This is a little weird. I wonder what this place was about. Because this is like a whole... Were these walls added? No, okay. It's like a whole addition to the house. It's a little interesting. Oh, and a whole other fridge thing going on here. And another ham. All right, I just can't resist the ham. Ham's going in my bag. I love it. Wait, where'd the ham go in my bag? There you go. Loving the ham, baby. All right, now to carry on with my mission. All right, you guys. My mission to stack as many bodies as possible in this yard. Come on, bro. Oh, that was... It's exactly why I don't claim to be an expert. I'll be engaged in a simple one-on-one combat that should be really easy, and then I'll whiff it. Commercial models? Already read. Okay, we're good. Minecraft Sweden song in the background of this game? You know what? I was watching a video where someone was playing the... Was it the 48 Days Later? Was that the name of that zombie movie franchise? Anyways... There was some sort of 48 Days Later challenge. I think it was modded. Or somehow selected so you started in the same kind of scenario. And it was playing the music from that movie. And I got really hyped about it. I saw it earlier today. It's like, shit, I should do that. See if there's a... Or is it 28 Days Later? The Benny Hill tune? All right, this person making their way around? Yep. All right, it's okay. I'm ready for y'all. I got my crowbar. I got my ham with protein to fuel me. Okay, yep, there's some zombies down there for... Oh, that's more zombies than I want to deal with. But you, my friend... I'm gonna just get your attention. Oh, you got... Yeah, okay. Alright, come on. Alright, I think I'm gonna forego that group for the moment. I got my ham! It's one of the secrets to surviving the zombie apocalypse. As long as you got a source of ham, you're gonna be okay. Yeah, you think I'm a ham? It's say a guy that goes on the internet and and broadcasts himself to be listened to every week for 4 hours is a ham. I don't know where you get that, Matt. Or, Stone, I called you Max. I don't know where you get that, Stone. Because I play games and talk. I don't let anyone else talk. And demand that everyone watch, make commentary. The internet's told you that I was a ham. Okay. Well, maybe I finally made it, if that's what they're saying about me. I finally made the success. They're like, that ham game and lawyer. I heard he had 8 viewers last week concurrently. So, oh shit, he's made it into the big time. All right, I think I can take these guys out. Spiffos, though. Now I'm actually kind of, getting a little hungry. I'll be okay with my stream. So I heard there was a video I saw today that was something like completely useless facts about Project Zomboid, and it said that raccoon, when you launch the game, there's like this cartoon raccoon sort of like mascot character, and it's actually a character from the game they made a long time ago, like before Project Zomboid, and it is Spiffo is the raccoon, and it is the mascot for Spiffos, the fast food restaurant. So just so you know a little bit about Spiffos, it's based on a game that the developers made before Project Zomboid. So file that away, promptly lose it. You heard it here first, unless you watched the video that I watched. Then you heard it then, and then you heard it again from me. Okay. Yeah, there's a lot of folks around here. It's gonna be like 20 zombies in here that I can't see. That door is a little bit of a bitch. All right. So far, so good. Keeping it low pro, grabbing trash bags. All right. Preparing for the worst. Yep. No, everything good. Anything cool in the fast food restaurant bathrooms? Not there. Although I could probably use the top off on my water. All right. I'm really not expecting much to be going on in these bathroom cupboards. Maybe extra teepee. Ooh, what do we got in here? Another crowbar. Never pass up a spare crowbar. The other stuff, I don't think I need extra. Actually, savvy goggles. It's light, and I'm trying to think if there's certain things, like you need the welder's mask to do welding. I can't remember if there's something you need goggles for. Okay, cleaning liquid I like to have in case I feel like cleaning myself. And I do have a mod now where you can clean the dirt off of your house. So I'm gonna definitely need some water for that. Trash bags. I'll read this right now. These little books can be really fast reads, so. All right. I don't know why I've been keeping them afterwards, but do I still have that salad on me? Oh, I probably still have the ham. That's right. All right. We're going to eat half of the ham. Ham. My secret to surviving the zombie apocalypse. Getting absolutely stuffing myself until I'm ashamed with ham. That's how we keep on getting on. All right. Actually don't know. I don't know exactly what I'm looking to loot at this point. Just unusual stuff. Like, this is all great to know that this stuff is here. I don't need to worry about collecting it yet. You're gonna go. Hey, all right. Well, thanks for hanging out, Mr. Shadowy Ninja, and thank you for the donation, and thank you for thanks for being just a cool individual hanging out in my stream, not causing any problems, being a good, good member of the community. We'll see you around. Oh yeah, and I like getting money from the cash registers. There we go. No garbage bag goes here. Unlock these doors. I guess that one was already unlocked. Dunham. That's a lot of zombies over there. Guess I'm not going to be checking that car out right now. But I will check out this van. See what's what here. There's a lot of zombies out right now. No gas. Engine is pretty fucked. Yeah, not impressed. Seems like the kind of vehicle that's going to get me stranded unless I can fix up that engine. Yeah, look at this book. Backyard Smelting for Dumb Shits. Yeah, I'm going to read that right away. You know what? I'm not going to read it later. Ah, look at all those people. All those Zomboids. Can we start thinning the herd a little bit? Oh, I'm starting to freak out too. There we go. This is probably a perfect example of the kind of cautious gameplay that Brad's referring to. Whereas that makes this game that can be interesting to watch not interesting to watch. Because I'll come across a situation like this and then I'll spend a half hour trimming off one zombie at a time off of a group like this. This blatant cowardice. This is some real bitch tactics for sure. But if you're gonna consider this like a zombie apocalypse simulator, this is how I would be. Yeah, that's right. I'm limiting the scope of my liabilities. My self-liabilities. Because I don't want to sue myself for, negligence. Oh, got a little carried away. Yeah, that's right. You got to watch out. It's been a long time since I've used the power of the unilateral contract. I made a unilateral contract with myself to be a bitch. Yep, it's an obligation. I don't want to breach my own unilateral self-imposed contract. Okay, well there you go. Here you go, Brad. Look, I got 3 or 4 of them at once. Does that improve your mood, or is it because all the cheater mechanics like the green outline and is still too bitchy? Not enough of an opportunity for me to get killed. Yep. 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 No, Brad's always a savage. It's just he doesn't always have the opportunities to express it. As Brad demonstrates his savagery only when the proper contexts present themselves. At least that's what I like to think. Oh, there's that alarm. There we go. All right, now you guys. You come at me and I'll hit you with my axe, and then you come and I'll hit you. Ooh, antidepressants. What I'd really like is to find some, what are they called? I read this already. Antibiotics, that's what. Oh, I guess the rest of them just noticed me. Just hit that one in the sack. All right. Now your body's partially in the road. I'll allow it this time, but let's try to work on that in the future, shall we? Everyone should be dying clearly off the road. Oh, okay, more. And hey, Jeff, how you doing, man? Happy Thursday. Beta blockers. High-end camera, just what I need for all my advanced photography needs. Oh, there's a lot of bodies here. I think I've looked through most of them. All right. Well, I just took out 2 hordes. You impressed yet, Brad? I do not have... I have the mod with the body armor, but I do not have body armor yet. Oh, crap. That was a... Could have gone badly. The zombies, like, looking in the bakery like, God damn, when are those donuts going to be done? Oh. The door was open, sir. I call it 2 hordes. Well, it wasn't a very big horde. All right. Who's hiding in the bathroom? No, that was surprise music, and I was decidedly not surprised. Although apparently my character was, because he's having a slight panic. See, is there? Can I use this kind of oven to light my cigarette? Yep, I sure can. You can set up camp at the bakery. Yeah, sure, one entire side of the building is all glass, but donuts, right? I think they're all rotten, though. I should have discovered this place earlier. Donuts are great for your mood. Everything's rotten. What about the fridge? Ooh, cake batter. Here, I'm just gonna start eating fruits. I'm not even making a salad this time. And I'm just gonna... Okay, there we go. We're good. Any exciting stuff here? Buckets are good. I haven't grabbed any bleach yet. Should I? No, I'm almost at capacity. Sorry, sir. We're at capacity. Good cooking. Make bread dough. I'm just gonna grab that. Is there anything exciting in here? Nope, just a bunch of blood and poop, probably. I think you can clean blood off of... The vanilla game is you can clean blood off of the ground if you have a mop or sponge. And I think with the mod I have, it will also help you make to clean like the dirt off of the walls if you want to do that. Actually, this is questionable. I think there was a mob of zombies over here. Nope. That was questionable too. Prying the door loudly open, then immediately turning my back to the door once the door flies open. That could have ended badly. Not great. Not a great tactical decision. That's good. All right. Ooh, me likes candy. And matches? We'll put those in the smoke bag. We'll drink that pop right now. Oh man, I'm at the point where just drinking a can of soda, my guy's like, oh, my back! Backyard smelting for dumb shits. Can't wait to read that later. You can clean blood from places with bleach and a mop. I think you can do it also with a towel. Like any kind of like a towel. Or maybe even a sponge. There's a few other things you can do cleaning with. Speaking of cigarettes. Ooh, look at that. Mother load. And I'm just gonna... Maybe I shouldn't be screwing around with all these things that aren't gonna go stale. This would be good stuff to collect later when I don't have refrigerators anymore. Yeah, jerky doesn't sound too bad. Sometimes. Ooh, maps. Okay, let me grab this. Riverside, Mulder, and Louisville. Oops. Well, that one I know I have. Do I not have? No, that's Riverside. Louisville. Roseville. I think I've got all the maps. Although actually, I'm not sure. This is this? Yeah, this is Riverside. I think. No, wait. No, I don't think I've read Riverside yet. All right, let's have a look at that. No, I think this was... Let me check my map now. Okay, no, this is Riverside. I think this is West Point. You posted a picture of the dinner that your hubby made yesterday. Okay, hold on. Stop the press. What have you guys been nomming? Chicken, tomato, basil pasta with garlic bread. Garlic bread's a nice touch. Gotta zoom in on that. I'm just looking at it on my phone. That looks very tasty. Was I right, Evie? Was it very tasty? Here, let me give that a like. There you go. Thanks for sharing, Evie. The culinary creations of the one and only Skull Sphinx. Is he still Skull Sphinx? Okay. More money. Oh, can I play the video? I hear the video game playing over there. Daredevil. There you go. Empty bucket, bleach. What are you doing? He's still Skull Sphinx. Okay. Always flexing with their Michelin star dinners. Oh, I can disassemble the arcade machine. I can't. I don't have the skills for it, but one could. I just want to play a game. Can I disassemble the ATM too? Here, let's drink the orange soda. Yep, and again, just picking up the bottle of orange soda. It's about to throw out my back. Alright. So yeah, this is pretty full. I think before I'll never do this coordinatedly, but it's gonna say before I stream this again, I should have some sort of an objective in mind. I knew that I wanted to come over here. That was my objective. But I had really no plan of what I was gonna do once I got here. It's like, okay, well, there's not anything specific that I'm looking for out here. Come on. It's another guy with like a birthday party hat on. Let's see. Let's figure out what the hell I'm doing right now. What I could do... These houses are so tiny. What I think I might do is I might set up this house. I was talking about making a house like a forward post. Be good. Oops. This is the house I slept in last night. There's a relatively big house. Right. I think there were zombies over there, though. I think the house that I stayed in last night, I don't need... I'm having such a hard time figuring out what I want to do. There's some bigger, nicer houses around here. I'd be tempted to do that one. Yeah, now I think I'm going to go over there. I was going to just use this house, but my concern is that there's not a lot of storage space in there, and it's not the kind of house I want to build up, but like building storage crates or anything like that. A chat vote on what I should do. That would be that could be kind of a fun thing. Although we have to remove wander into horde naked with no weapons option that Brad would inevitably vote for. That's kind of a cool idea. I think I would still need to have the options though, like a few options. All right, I think we're gonna check this house out. Oh, this is exactly the same layout of the house that Lawrence Hawk VI lived in. Yeah, this is exactly the same layout of how... Whoa! That scared me. HR BJ Raz probably did not know he was going to get called out by a notifier because it's a lurker subscribing. But you don't have to talk. If you're still here, thanks for the sub. I appreciate it, man. All right. But there will be no Lawrence Hawk VI. And this window just open? Here, close the window. Why is it just open? All right. Painkillers. All right, so at this point, we're not looting. I'm going to use the kit. This is an example of a kitchen that's got a ton of counters, though, too. That was one of the main things that I like about this place. Close curtains. We open and close. I might... So I liked this house quite a bit. And it was in another city, but I like this house quite a bit. I might regard this as like my... It could be my new main base in town. I don't know. I feel like maybe I'm getting overexcited. It's like when you first meet someone, you're like, oh, it's just the greatest thing I ever saw. And then, you know, after a little while, it's like, yeah, it's just another house. That's kind of cynical thing to say. You know what I mean, though. Ooh, baked potatoes. My wife brought Taco Bell home, and it was one of the first times I've had Taco Bell in a while. Surprisingly, now that I think about it, I don't think I had Taco Bell in several weeks, which is unusual. So here's a way you can take curtains off without turning them into ugly sheets if you want to bother. You remove them using this tool and then place them. And then, because if you just remove sheets, do the regular action, then you end up with sheets that are just billowing hobo shantytown looking sheets. I did get my Mexican pizza, Evie. Yeah, you know. I actually got the Mexican pizza combo. I don't know if you guys heard me slurping a little bit earlier, but that was the last of my Baja Blast Mountain Dew. I got it for lunch, so I've been here for a while. But then I got a couple of their, like, the cheap, the cheesy bean and rice burritos. They're like $1.99 each. So I got a couple extra of those on the side. And that was my pre-stream snack. So I have those meals things that I've been having delivered. And I'm probably going to have one of those after the stream's over. It's like a reasonable amount of food for a meal, but it's not so much where you get stuffed or anything. It's a lot better than I do a lot of times after a stream ends. Yeah, you gotta have 4. Doesn't everyone have 4 dinners? What are you talking about? All right, I can't get complacent. I just realized I'm treating this place like a safe spot because it's exactly like my house in the other game that I had made totally safe. They're making a Baja Blast hot sauce? And by the way, hello, Garbled Syntax. I don't know how I feel about that. I like Baja Blast and I like hot sauce. And I've had some sweet hot sauces. I just haven't had one based on a completely artificial flavor like that. All right. Now, what I did try, did any of you try the Flamin' Hot Mountain Dew? It's sort of like, it's based on the Flamin' Hot Cheetos. It doesn't taste like Cheetos, but it's that same spin. Like, you have regular Cheetos and Flamin' Hot Cheetos. So you have Mountain Dew and you have Flamin' Hot Mountain Dew, and it's red. And you know what? I thought it tasted really good, but it also tasted like I immediately had heartburn. That was my only impression. I thought it was a good tasting beverage that the main reason that it was flamin' was literally to me just like, hey, this tasty looking instant heartburn sensation soda. Okay. And then that heartburn sensation would go away. It wasn't true heartburn. It's just, for me, it was the way that the burn presented. All right, well, now the house is officially safe. Here, I'm gonna close this shit. There's the pre-stream snack, then the stream snack, then the after-stream. I usually don't have snacks during stream. Unless it's by popular demand by certain fetishists that like seeing and hearing me crunch on and crunch nuts. I'm getting a little bit tired. I'm probably not going to have a... It's probably going to be like an earlier stream on the spectrum of streams. Like, I know is when I first started doing this, once I started my new job, I started maintaining or continuing my Thursday night streams. My plan was usually to like end gameplay around 10 and then hang out for a half hour or so. But what it's turned into is more like I usually play till 11 and then hang out for... I still, you know, usually I'm out by like 11:30 or so. Or I can stream together, or I can stream forever. That's a third option. Maybe we could do a vote for that. How many people would like me to never sleep again and just stream? Just keep streaming. I have to live stream my job tomorrow. I just be like, hey, I could do it, you know. because I have my computer runs separately from my work PC. It's just I switch my monitor and my keyboard over. So technically I could just keep streaming while I'm working. The only problem is if you can't see I can't show you my work at all because it's all confidential. So I'd have to have some sort of like, there's the welcome screen and the break time screen. It'd be the work time screen. And then it'd just be me being very quiet because I can't talk about what I'm doing. And then at the inevitable various meetings that I have, I'd have to entirely mute my mic. But we could do it if you all voted for it. Stream forever. Okay. In fact, I could just put up the work time screen, and then just completely ignore the chat for the entire day, and that would be essentially what it would be like to work with me in real life. You get the full coworker experience because all of our work is super quiet unless we're having a meeting. Oh no! Maxie, I almost wanted to stream Google Earth when I first discovered it. Last week, there was a part of me that really wanted to stream it. That's one place I haven't visited yet in Google Earth VR we're talking about. All right, getting bored, getting drowsy. But I've done random stuff like that. Like when I'm in Google Earth, like, oh, all the places I've ever lived, all the places I've ever gone to school, all the places I've ever worked, all the places that I can remember where I went out on dates. I guess technically that would have been a date, but I didn't think to look that it didn't get on my list. Oh, I'm starting to get snacky. Do I have ham left? Did I eat the ham? No, here's the ham. Eating the ham. Gotta eat it all. Gonna say where I couldn't show you the exact house, but yeah, I could give you a full tour of that story. I could show you exactly where we were in TJ. In fact, I did look at TJ, and the club where we met the meth dealers is still there. So I could show you the club. I could show you. I don't know if the walk back to the parking lot's exactly the same, but we could virtually retrace my steps. We went back to the parking lot on the U.S. side of the border. I gave him a ride. They were on Hotel Coronado. It's a peninsula, or it's a Coronado Peninsula. There's a hotel called Hotel Coronado. It's like I think they must have had a rich family or something, because they were all like white. They were like white dudes that seemed like they just were super rebellious. So mommy and daddy probably had a $5 million piece of real estate on this very exclusive area, and that the kids like, yeah, my parents are never here, so I'm gonna deal meth. That's sort of the impression I got. Shows a camp spot where I eat my adventure meals. Yeah, I could show. Now I have tried to visit some of the campgrounds, and it's mostly just like you just know it's there, but you can't tell. You can't really see the campgrounds because they're so forested, right? Here, so yeah, I'm getting bored. All right, I was going to start dumping shit off. I don't need the money yet. Red. Cleaning liquid, I probably don't need that yet. Bath towel? What do we carry? No, I don't need a bath towel. I haven't been using that shit. Cat, value tech radio. I did collect a lot of bullshit. Smelting for dumb shits. I should read that. Now it's getting late. I'm gonna hold on to that. Good Cooking Magazine. All the ones that I haven't read yet, I should hold on to. Prepper, already read. The Shotgun. Oh, the crowbar I picked up's a little bit beat up. How is my crowbar? Yeah, it's still doing. Maybe I'll switch out the crowbars. My beat up crowbar for a slightly less beat up crowbar. Okay, there's that. Here, we're going to put that over here. Well, I think I carry a lot of little light shit. Crowbar. Okay, so that's my new crowbar now. Cereal. Like cereal, well, I guess that's 1 pound. Soap is 0.1. This key, what the hell? It's on the key ring. And these little skill books are only 0.1 each. So yeah, I'll end up accumulating a lot of certain things that just don't weigh that much, but cumulatively I filled up. I still want to find a better backpack. All right, guy probably totally needs to go to sleep now, though. Here, let's light a cigarette. Then we'll head up to. Now this is the first time that Lawrence Hawk, well, he doesn't know himself as the first, but he is. He feels a strange kinship about this house, like he's been here before. Here, I'm gonna wear these. No, I'm not gonna wear these pants. But I don't like them laying on the bed. For some reason, that's annoying me. So, like someone was about to get chained. Ooh, Metallica, The Unforgiven. Cool. Yeah, put those pants in there with the other clothes. You taking a defensive driving course to take the speed limit ticket off your record? That sounds familiar, yeah. You did section 3 last night. Got 19 out of 20 questions right. Awesome. Good deal. Taking care of business. Evie's taking care of business. But yeah, I could... Maxie, would you actually like watching me play Google Map VR? I would do it, except I keep the idea of reteaching myself how to do VR stream is kind of a pain, and also if the VR runs out of juice while in the middle of it, it's like, gosh, the stream's I'm gonna have to like switch transition from VR to a standard stream, and it's gonna be weird. It's beyond boring. Oh no. All right, did I adequately unload my shit? I did. So like all this stuff that I have in my bag right now only weighs 3.5 pounds. So yeah, when I unload, I also tend to leave the house light. Yeah, my impression of the one time that I did stream VR was that it was a very limiting way of doing my stream. And I didn't feel that anyone was particularly like, oh, wow, I love watching G-Law stream VR stuff. So. But that whole thing about flying around and like showing you guys places like where I got some of my dumb stories. I could show you the house where where my girlfriend cheated on me with that dude who pet my dog. That was one of the things I'm real salty about. I've told that story a few times. You love flying in VR, but no one streams in VR because it's only really immersive to the streamer, right? Yeah, that's Oh, I streamed Valheim before. Was that significantly different than watching me stream Valheim non-VR? Wait, why am I'm really bored. Okay. I know for me, flying around in Steam VR does feel like flying. And it's got that, they has that sound effect of like the rush of air as you're flying around, where it's just like, holy crap, they really make it feel like you're flying. I had a fun time. Like while I was doing Google Earth, I was even talking to myself, like almost like things that I'd be, like if I was streaming. I was thinking of funny shit that I could be talking about streaming. Like I spent an evening doing what I was flying over the Hollywood Hills. And basically looking for the biggest, most fuck you houses that I could find. That's what I call houses that are so huge and overblown that their mere existence is just a huge middle finger to like almost everyone else in the world that house is even there. And there's a bunch of those houses in the Hollywood Hills. Yeah, I like to do retrace steps from memories too. I agree. But yeah, so I found this one house, and it was sort of in the area where the Hollywood sign was, and I'm like, oh shit, I wonder if they could see the Hollywood sign. Because I would think like one of the reasons it's a fuck you house is because you had to pay extra so you could see the Hollywood sign from your house. And so I went down to ground level, and I'm going by where the windows and places you'd hang out in the house, and I'm like, well shit, they got trees and stuff blocking. They can't see the Hollywood sign from like just about anywhere in their house. Like what's the point of being that close to the Hollywood sign? But then the house, like, it's one of these houses that had like a tower turret in one corner, like a castle turret. And it was it was probably 8 feet, in diameter, or is diameter the one that goes across? It was 8 feet across. Not a big space inside this turret, but I was able to confirm that the window from the turret was the only location in the house where you could see the Hollywood sign. So then I started imagining that this person probably, like, he's got this huge mansion, right? He probably has these lavish parties. He invites all of his friends. He invites movie stars, politicians, whatever. And then at a certain point in the evening, he brings his fork to his glass. He's like, everyone, it's time to have the Hollywood sign watching party. It's time for everyone to look at the Hollywood sign. And then he like crams everybody into this little fucking turret. He's like, come on, everyone, get up here. We'll look at the Hollywood sign now. And for some reason, I just thought I was making myself, I don't know, this sounds like dumb as shit as I'm repeating it. But as I was acting this out, like this asshole owner cramming all of his friends up in this little turret to look at because he was insistent that they all had to see his view of the Hollywood sign. I don't know why. It's one of those moments where I was really enjoying my own company. It's Zambi out here. Hey, Matus, how you doing, man? Yeah, that was a weird fantasy. The asshole guy who just had to cram everyone up in the turret. Well, maybe it's good that I didn't stream it, because I feel like I took the amount of pleasure I took out of my own little train of thought on that. I don't know if it would have translated if that were happening on stream in the moment, but I was having a great time at entertaining myself. All right. You know what? It's after 10. I am getting tired. I'm at this point where I'm like, I don't know what I want to do next in this game. I think part of it is I did not get enough sleep last night. So I'm not gonna leave immediately, but I am gonna start moving in that direction. Let's see, we'll quit the desktop and go over there. The Joss summoning screen. I know, and I'm always using this. I need to rest. I can't function at work if I'm not sleeping. Oh, I'll get anxiety. I got high blood pressure. I've got to take care of my body. all these weak excuses that I'm always coming up with for why I just can't keep streaming. Yeah, well, Norris is my stand-in. He's my spirit animal. During this brief 6-month interlude where I've stopped using my camera. Norris is my stand-in. And I think he does a great job. Oh yeah, no, I haven't tried different melatonins yet. But I do use melatonin. I can still have a problem where when I wake up, because usually I'll wake up somewhere around 5, even if I'm tired as shit, I'll wake up around 5 because I need to use the restroom. And now optimally, I'll go to bed between 11 and 12 and like fall asleep somewhere around getting between 11 and 12. And then I'll wake up like around 8 o'clock because I start work at 9. And that is like a perfect amount of sleep for me. When I'm in that rhythm, it works well. But then I'll get to a thing where I fall asleep at 12:30. And then I wake up at 5. And then I can't go back to sleep. And then I'm kind of fucked for the rest of the day. So, well, and this is something I may have mentioned a few times, is it takes me a while to decompress after a stream. Not that a stream is stressful, but being in a mode where I'm talking continuously for 4 hours requires like getting turned on. I could say that, but I don't want to creep anybody out. But but you know, it's like turning on turning on the juice. And when the stream ends, usually I'm hungry. And I'm still like, I'll be exhausted, but I'll have to come down from, you know, it's like if you just got home from a concert, got out of a concert, you got something else. You're still kind of like, you still have that momentum, that energy momentum. So for me on stream nights, it's usually about an hour and a half to 2 hours after the stream that I actually fall asleep. And so that's why I start getting really wiggy once we start hitting towards 11:30, 12 o'clock. Like once we really hit midnight, I'm really like, well, I'm going to be kind of fucked tomorrow. Because I'm really hungry and I just really can't go to sleep without like on a fully empty stomach. Like it just doesn't, my stomach will feel kind of like gnawing and won't let me do it. So you all turn me on. What are you talking about? I don't want to play favorites, Maxie. You turn me on. I don't know. I don't want to upset Skull Sphinx, so I'm not going to say anything about EV23. But and actually, you know what? Since you're the only one that asked, I'm not going to direct that at anyone else, just in case it makes them uncomfortable. So, but Toos, you're spared. You don't need to know. Nick doesn't need to know. But you and Brad, no worries. I really feel like I am suddenly running out of steam really fast. You can't sleep without food in your system. Like I try not to eat right before bed, and usually I'm fine. Like if I eat, because I'll eat dinner usually around 7, and if I'm going to sleep pretty much anytime, you know, between 11 and 12, I'm usually fine. But there's some point around, you know, if I eat at 6 or 7, sometime approaching midnight, if I'm still kind of awake, and I'm hungry, it will actually be distracting, like physically distracting. Where when I'm trying to sleep, it's nagging, like, I just need to have a little, and sometimes I just have a little, so I don't need a whole meal necessarily. But sometimes when I stream, I didn't really eat a complete meal before stream. I just kind of, you know, had something to the point where I just wasn't hungry anymore, and then streamed. And my body is still like, where the F is dinner, Gilo? You know? When you were a kid, you ate dinner at 6. You don't know how you made it to breakfast back then? Now I think about it, yeah. I'm trying to remember. Yeah, you're the same with my family. We ate between like 6 and 7. And then, but I'm trying to think what like, I might, if I had access to after dinner snacks, like if we'd have ice cream at 8 or fruit or something. So, your family early too? Yeah, I think that's kind of normal. Like it seems like most people that I'm remembering from growing up, anyways, between 5 and 7 usually was dinner or like dinner time. Oh, you didn't have snacks around the house? We usually had some stuff around the house, but I'm trying to remember. I don't remember if I had unrestricted access to all that stuff. I feel like my parents were in some ways relatively hands off, except not eating at certain times. Like I couldn't go, eat half a box of Wheat Thins a half hour before dinner or something. Then somebody would step in and say, you don't eat those right now. We can have dinner soon. But I think I'm pretty sure if I got hungry at 8:30, I could eat something. Oh, well, that doesn't sound all that good, Maxie. So you're saying from a fiscal perspective, other items were prioritized. Although I will say, having been like a smoker, and having been a smoker in lean times, that I would start looking at cigarettes as like a high. Now, you had to eat first, but you start looking at what you consider like luxury eating and being like, nope, I don't need that. I remember weeks where I would go at that time you could get like Top Ramen. You get like a 24 pack for $2.50. And I grabbed that and I'd get like these really cheap cans of it's called Veg All. These little cans of vegetables. They were very poor quality, small. And they were about like 35 cents a can. And I'd spend a few bucks on those, get the giant thing of ramen, and that was my food for that week. But I never ran out of cigarettes. I was never a super drinker, but I would only assume that if I developed a habitual drinking habit, I would have also done that, because that's what my family all got into the habitual drinking. I never did. I did drink, but I didn't drink every day. I didn't make a habit out of it because I really didn't enjoy the actual drinking itself. But I am familiar with, I'm dirt poor, things are getting real lean, but damn it, those cigarettes, I never run out of cigarettes. That's not going to happen. I'd be at the real end of my financial rope before that would happen. And that's looking back too. I'm like, holy shit, those things were so awful. Like I didn't think about it as much of when I was a smoker, like how important the cigarettes were to me, like how much they exerted influence over me. Because I was like, oh yeah, no, they chill me out. Like as long as I got a pack of smokes, I can always stay calm, and I never get bored, and I could pull all-nighters doing, because I started smoking when I was in college. So I pull all-nighters and stay awake, as long as I just have a smoke break every, half hour or something, I can pull an all-nighter. And, yeah. That's some pretty, Amanda reminds me of how difficult that I could be because of the smoking. And it would always be like, we're going to someone's house and I'd be like, well, when am I going to have opportunities to smoke? Like, how often can I smoke when we're there? Or we're going to, restaurants, and I'd be thinking, okay, how long? It's like, one thing too is my wife is a slow eater. So we go to restaurants and I'd always finish and she'd still be like, it's going to be 20 more minutes before she finishes her dinner. So I just sort of sit there. We're just sort of chatting a little bit while she slowly eats the rest of her meal. And I swear, every time that happened, I would just be like almost jumping out of my seat, because the first thing that I want to do, and this is true of a lot of smokers, after you finish a meal, you want to, oh, that was good. You want to light up a cigarette and like enjoy, like cap off your satisfaction of satiating your hunger with, cap it off with a cigarette. Quitting smoking was incredibly freeing. Everything revolves around having no smoke. Yeah, okay, yeah. So yeah, you know, Maxie. And it got easier with the vaping because I could sneak vapes in places where you couldn't sneak cigarettes. I know they've gotten more and more restrictive with the vapes too. But I still had that problem with the vapes. Like going to people's houses and, hey, is it cool if I vape inside, you know, if I vape in your house? Like we'd be having game days with my friends in San Diego. And at first they said okay, but I think without even realizing it, I was abusing, you know, I was just like, not that I was a huge, like chucking huge clouds, but I'm pretty sure I was like, without thinking about it, just vaping constantly in their living room. And after the first few hours, they were like, hey, you know, we don't want to be, you know, we don't want to, you know, offend you or anything, but could you do that outside? And I was like, oh shit. But I remember like inside I was like, what? They shouldn't, you know. Externally I was like, okay, yeah, this is their house. People aren't comfortable with it. It looks like someone's smoking. They don't know what's in this stuff. Everyone's paranoid about what's secretly in this stuff that they may be breathing. All these reasons why I thought it's perfectly reasonable for them to ask me to go outside. But my little addict self inside was like, son of a bitch, why do they care? I'm making their house smell better with my strawberry flavored vape scent and all this shit. And now looking back at that, I'm like, I'm almost embarrassed that I was like chucking vape plumes in their house while we're playing board games. It seems like, was I really? That doesn't seem cool now in retrospect. Yeah, exactly. Driving and that. Yeah, you know, it's all the same triggers for me, Maxie. After dinner, like after a meal, I couldn't use the restroom. Driving, and in particular, living in Southern California, but you know, you probably can encounter this anywhere, hitting traffic while driving. And that was one of the things where the double-edged sword, where I always felt like, hey, I don't mind getting stuck in traffic because it just turns into a smoke break. Like I'm just sitting there, yeah, we're not going anywhere, but I'm have a cigarette, listen to the radio, whatever. That's cool, right? It's all good. And just doesn't matter. I can just enjoy the moment because I'm doing something, right? But on the flip side, whenever I tried to quit and like I'd get in the car, I'd already be anxious. Shit, I'm probably gonna hit traffic once I get on the 405. And then I'm gonna freak the fuck out because I'm not gonna be able to manage it with my cigarettes. I'm not gonna be able to keep myself calm. I'm gonna get like frustrated and pissed off. I was always, yeah. On long trips, time stands still. Yeah, smoke. And then, because Amanda and I did, you know, we would drive back and forth from Oregon. And at one point we got a new car. And because Amanda smoked too. So it wasn't like she was imposing, as a non-smoker, imposing her non-smokeriness on me. She was just more disciplined about not having to do it all the time. So I smoked more than her, but she smoked. I mean, she was a smoker. Like she smoked, you know, half a pack to a pack a day. Which, knowing her now, it's like people would be completely. Even then, people like if they found out she smoked, they're like, "You're a smoker." She just didn't seem like when you think of people like smoking being a certain way. It's like they're like, "You're a smoker." Anyways, yeah, she was a smoker. You just smoked 12 Virginia Slims like right now, Brad? while we were talking about smoking? But yeah, I just remember thinking like, oh, cigarettes make me so chill and everything else. And then after the fact, it was like, I was always anxious about, and one of the big things, like I remember looking for jobs and being really anxious about, oh shit, are they gonna understand that I need a cigarette once an hour, or else I'm gonna start freaking out? Because that was one thing my wife did, was she would smoke like once at her lunch break. She'd go to work, wouldn't smoke for 4 hours, go to her lunch break, wouldn't smoke for however many more hours, and then leave and come home and smoke. And she was fine with that. And I was always like, I always had jobs where I could, if there was a gap in stuff going on, like I worked retail, I worked a register and at a place that wasn't super busy. And so, you know, once it was clear and there were no customers, I'd go out and have a cigarette. So I had all these jobs in my 20s that were like that. A security guard. They were kind of like okay with, you could just go off to the designated smoking area where nothing was going on, have a cigarette. No one was really, as long as you didn't spend the whole day chain smoking, nobody really cared that much. But when I started looking into so in law school, started looking into jobs that would be taking place in an office, I remember getting really anxious about it. And then the anti-smoking stuff was becoming sort of more and more, to where you started seeing more and more job listings where they're specifically saying like smokers need not apply. I'm like, holy crap. And then I'd get all pissed off and be like, what are you gonna, it's my choice and you know, whatever, blah, blah, blah. But then I'm like, in retrospect, I'm like, yeah, a person that's going to flip their shit if they can't have a cigarette every 45 minutes. I could see them not wanting that person like on their team, you know? But not everyone's like Amanda wasn't like that when she smoked. I was. So, but at least insofar as I was concerned, it was probably a justified fear that, like, because I know if I got a job and they wouldn't let me go have my cigarette, I probably would be like, bullshit. Like, I would be thinking I should be able to when I wanted to, because I need to do it. So it's just weird. It's like it rewrites some of your brain wiring to start thinking that this thing has this priority that it really shouldn't, but it does. Ever buy certain smokes for a treat? Like, no, not really. I never really did anything like that. I just got regular cigarettes. Trying to think. I got Marlboro Lights. And then I felt like the more I smoked, the more it affected me. So like by the time I was in my 30s, the smoke would irritate my lungs more. So I switched to ultralights. And of course I read something later that said that the lighter cigarettes actually don't help and in some ways can make things worse because you end up inhaling them more deeply to compensate for the fact that they're lighter. So in some ways you're just introducing this smoke to more of your lungs, which is antithetical to the point of it. Oh, it's light. It's not as bad for you. But I was smoking Marlboro Lights, and then I switched to American Spirits for the last, I don't know, probably the last year or so, a couple years. And I think it was the American Spirits, their equivalent to like a lighter and ultralight. Had to be in a box. No, I hated soft packs. I ended up with soft packs every now and then. I'd always end up with broken cigarettes. Yeah, no, I was a big proponent, like, had to be in a box. I was never into Camels. Reds were a little much. I think I did mediums sometimes, but really for the most of my smoking career, the Marlboro Lights was my go-to. Anything heavier than that was like, because the reds and the mediums, the smoke did feel different, and in some ways I kind of liked it, but it also, like, I couldn't smoke the way that as much and the way that I smoked with the heavier cigarettes. So I never made any kind of habit of doing that. I think I bought once or twice bought mediums or reds and then moved back. And I think one time I tried Camel unfiltered. That did not go well for me at all. I think I almost immediately had like a mild nicotine poisoning. It was too much. So, and I can't understand. That's what my grandma, I never smoked when my grandma was still alive. She passed away when I was 18, and I started smoking like a year and a half later. But she chain smoked Camel unfiltered. Like, I have no idea how many. She probably smoked like 2 to 3 packs a day. She just chain smoked those things all day, all night. And she's one of those, what I consider to be a bad example of someone, like, she lived into her 80s, and when she died, like, it had nothing to do with her smoking. Like, her smoking did not have any notable impact on her health. That's like one of those bad examples. Like, you need to see the ones that scare you. Like, oh shit, I'm gonna be the guy that, you know, has the trach ring when he's 45, you know. You think you would literally die if you tried to smoke a Camel unfiltered? I remember, this is in my smoking days. It's when I worked at the video store, right? This is VHS tape video store, where I was a cashier at the video store. And the security guard for the little shopping center we were in always hung out at our video store. And in fact, he ended up working there later. And after I moved to college, he became a manager there. So this dude was like a fixture at the video store, though. And he smoked Camel unfiltered. He said he was in the military and he did time in like Africa. And he said that's all he did his whole time in the army was drink black coffee and smoke Camel unfiltered cigarettes. And we were out in front of the store smoking. Like, it was a lull where there weren't many customers, and there was another cashier. So we went outside, and he's like, yeah, we were talking, and somehow it came up. He's like, yeah, you want to try one of my Camel unfilters? And I was like, yeah, sure. And I don't know. I took about 3 hits, and all of a sudden I felt like I had to take the most urgent, massive shit of my life. And I'm like, all right, done with that. And I ran to the bathroom and just was like, what the hell just happened to me? I felt like I got cramps. I felt sweaty. It was like, holy shit. And it could be, maybe it was a total coincidence. Maybe, I can't remember. Maybe I had a chimichanga for lunch with a bunch of hot sauce, and that's just when it happened to hit me. But in my brain, it seemed like my body having an immediate adverse reaction to this very strong unfiltered cigarette. And that was the first and only time I ever tried to smoke an unfiltered cigarette. Well, except sometimes you'd get those, like, where you roll your own. I had that sometimes. I got hot and sweaty. Yeah. Yeah, I guess that could also be for fetishists, that could be a hot thing. Oh yeah, I got hot and sweaty, and I had to go take an urgent dump. I had cramps. Oh yeah, tell me more about the dump, G-Law. Did you really? From a cigarette? All I know is, to me, it felt like, it seemed like as soon as the buzz hit, and it felt like the buzz, the nicotine buzz from that Camel seemed like it hit me immediately, and like it was getting punched between the eyes. Like, I felt like bonk, I got it, and then I immediately had to urgently take a shit. So that's enough of that. Oh, good times. Good times. And that's the thing too, is like, I had a lot of fond memories of smoking too. Like, going around, sitting in, like, I'd be at UCLA, which has a beautiful campus, and I'd be sitting in some of those like cool classic brick buildings with arches under a tree, and I was a literature major, so I'd be sitting there reading a book in this idyllic setting, smoking a cigarette with a cup of coffee. And it's these moments like that where it's almost like remembering like times with a romantic partner walking along the beach, you know? Urgent shit stories are always funny. Okay. Fair enough. Yeah. Someday if I ever stream Google Earth, I can fly to where that video store was, and I can show you exactly where I had my Marlboro unfiltered. And then I can roughly point out where in the building I used the restroom. I think that place is like a bank now. They knocked out the walls of like the two businesses next to it and turned it into a Chase Bank. So, yeah. But, you know, it's still the store space is still there. Yeah, and then there was one summer that for a couple years we had like a property near the beach that we bought with the intention of like renting it out. But then there came a point where like my parents split up and we sold our main house, and my mom basically moved into that beach. It was this complex like right overlooking the ocean. It was like right on bluffs along the beach in San Diego. And so there was one summer that while I was at UCLA, there was one summer I came back for the summer back home to my mom's place that I lived at the beach for a summer. And that shit was amazing. I look back so fondly, like, oh man, that was so cool. I could hear the waves crashing in bed, and every day I could walk out and just go down the steps, but like at the edge of the complex, there was a cliff right down to the ocean. And that's one of the things I would remember later when I would try to quit smoking, as I would remember, like I'd walk along the beach and I'd bring a book and I'd sit on the beach and I'd smoke a cigarette and I'd read. And then there was this little park that had benches overlooking the ocean if you walked about a quarter mile. So I'd walk down to this park, I'd go up, sit on the benches, bring a cup of coffee or something to drink. And I'd be sitting there reading my book, watching the sunset, smoking my cigarettes. And I swear to God, when I started quitting smoking, I got emotional the first couple times I tried. Like when I failed, I would get emotional because I would remember these moments that were so good and had such a strong, like positive, like very nostalgic, powerful nostalgia. And smoking was entwined with that stuff. Coffee does that to you now if you haven't had it in a while? I'm trying to think. No, I don't think I've been away from caffeine that long. I've sort of fallen out of the habit of drinking coffee. And I did, when I mentioned earlier this week that I was having issues, I had issues one day with like just feeling anxious. And that was the one day that I'd had coffee, and like I hadn't had coffee for a couple weeks. And that's my wife was like, hey, maybe it was like the caffeine. I was like, well, I had like Mountain Dew over the weekend. She's like, well, you know, the caffeine in coffee can be a little bit different than like caffeine from soda. It can hit you a bit stronger. And I was like, maybe that was it. All I know is I was working and I just felt this like I was really tired because I hadn't got enough sleep. So I was a little bit like drowsy, like almost lightheaded. I was so drowsy. And all of a sudden I felt like my heart was racing. And then I started freaking out. Like, I have moments like that. It's like, oh, fuck, it's the end. This is the event that's going to get me. It's like a panic spiral. So I was like, and then, you know, usually I just take a few breaths and it's like, all right, it's done. In this case, it's like, I'm going to go. Amanda's working in the other room. Like, I think it's time to go have Amanda talk me down from this, because she's really, it doesn't happen a ton, but it does happen sometimes where I've had like especially one thing that started happening more in my 30s, as when I started doing getting back to law school and doing a lot of sit down work and getting a little bit older, and also playing a ton of games sitting down with bad posture, is as I started experiencing chest pains that freaked the shit out of me. And I would immediately freak out when I'd feel them. And we basically discovered after a bunch of tests and everything else, and EKGs and doctor visits multiple times of me thinking something was going on, that it was just like my ribs. It was chest wall irritation from bad posture. For prolonged playing a game and not realizing I'm sitting in some weird ass position or working or whatever it is. So I do have this history of feeling like, oh, what's that, a chest pain? And then immediately having this emotional downward spiral, thinking, this is it. This is the one that's gonna get me. And then it's like, no, it's fine. It's nothing. It's dumb. I just been sitting bad. Evie, you drink coffee every once in a while. You don't usually need it because you get up later for work. I think I really enjoy coffee, but I could probably even just do decaf and still enjoy it. Well, decaf doesn't quite taste right is the problem. I love the taste of coffee, and I love like the warm, like the hot coffee in the morning, a little cream and a little sugar, and just that. It's a little bit like when you get into, if you get into the shower in a cold morning, you get up, you get out of bed, and it's a little bit chilly, and you get in the shower, and it's just like, so it's just like nice. And that's a little bit like what coffee does for the instant. It's just like a very comforting drink for me when I'm drinking it. And so I've really come to enjoy having it. Am I talking like an addict right now? Is this the same way that I talk about, oh yeah, my cigarettes calm me down? You haven't had coffee in several decades. Did you like abstain from coffee intentionally, Matus? Was that like a decision? Like, nope, no more coffee? Or were you just like, I don't think I'm not into this anymore? Brad, do you think I sound like someone with serious problems? Hey, you need to tell your daughter that story every time she gets an ache in her chest. It's something dire. The first time it happened to me was in my late 20s. And I know over the course of the next few years, it happened a few times, and multiple times I went to the emergency room and where they'd stick me up with the EKGs. And one time they had me do the stress test where they set me up and they had me like jogging on a treadmill while it was going. And every time they're like, no, man, you're fine. I mean, the thing is now in my 40s, I actually do have high blood pressure, but I never had any kind of like event. But it does make me extra paranoid about like, oh, shit, I need to, manage this blood pressure. G-Law is describing you on Thursdays, wondering, you're like, is she going to stream? And you start sweating. You gotta call someone to talk you down. All right, Matu. So you just don't like coffee. You said you haven't had it in several decades. Was there a point at which you liked it, or you just never liked it? Because honestly, like, I didn't like coffee until I was in my early 30s. And I'm not trying to encourage you, give it another shot. Because ultimately, it's like, you might be better off. It can, sort of be habit forming. And if you don't have that habit, you might be better off not having it. So, stay the course, I say. But too much Zomboid, too little Skyrim. Do you think that's why I felt anxiety earlier this week, Brad? It wasn't the coffee and the lack of sleep. And not enough pool of radiance. Okay. I have thought about Pool of Radiance a couple times, and the thing is, like, after about a month of not playing it, the immediate thought is, oh shit, I'm gonna have to remember like all the keys again, because everything was done by, okay, I want to target something, I have to hit C and then T, and then it's like, and then use the arrow keys and then hit enter or something. It's like, oh shit. You like coffee ice cream, but actual coffee is undrinkable garbage water. I think what got me, now first off, I did in my 20s, like in college, it was really like all like coffee houses were starting to be like a real popular thing in California. So like the Seattle thing had trickled its way down. Starbucks was suddenly like, oh, like Starbucks, and like no one heard of Starbucks a couple of years before that, and all of a sudden everyone's like Starbucks. And I liked mochas. I liked, with the whipped cream, and I mean it's basically like chocolate milk with a kick. But I liked that stuff. But actually like black coffee with adding stuff into it, I was like, I tried a few times thinking like, hey, maybe this will help me wake up in the morning. Because at the time I was like a soda fiend. And I would drink Mountain Dew and shit in the morning. Like I'd wake up, crack one open, and that was like my morning coffee. And I was thinking maybe I could find alternatives to that are not as quite as terrible for me. So a few times I sort of tried to get into coffee, particularly when I lived at school, because it was cafeteria style eating. So you just had all that stuff just ready to dispense at any point. So that's when I really first tried to get into coffee, and it just wasn't clicking. I put a little bit of sugar and a little bit of like milk into it. It wasn't clicking. It wasn't until I was with Amanda. Were we married yet? I don't know if we were married yet, but we went to Big Bear. We spent a weekend in Big Bear, which is in Southern California. It's a couple hours out of LA, and there's snow and skiing. It's where it's one of the places you go for snow and skiing in the winter. We went in when it wasn't snowing, but they have this nice sort of like quaint mountain village aesthetic, and they had this like handcrafted coffee place that had like 50 different flavors, and it was like butterscotch and pumpkin spice and all this stuff. And so we've got a bunch of these flavored whole bean coffees, and I thought they smelled so good, because I always kind of liked the smell of coffee. Just when I drank it, I was like, it didn't taste good. But the smell of these coffees was so good, and we brought them home. And then my wife introduced me to like, okay, no, don't put this milk you've been using. It's like, use half and half. Like use actual coffee creamer, and don't put too much, but make sure you put enough into it to like, you got to get the right ratio of like sugar and creamer to overcome the edge on that coffee that makes you not like it. Like, that's where I think I learned from her that you can temper that stuff. It's like you can fine hone your coffee with the use of an effective creamer and a sweetener to make it actually taste. When you smell the coffee, if you think it smells good, and then you drink it and you think it tastes like garbage, you can make it taste the way that it smells, the way you think it should taste. I have had cold brew coffee before. A pain in the ass to make. Well, I don't know if I think I've been places that served cold brew coffee. It's just an endless series of fights against 30 kobolds. You'll be fine. Oh yeah, those fights. They always take. There was like, and then there was a fight. I was in the bar or something, and there's some dialogue popped up, and all of a sudden I was in a fight with like 20 ruffians in the bar. Like, what? Oh god. Anyway, now it's almost 11. Now I need to get the hell out of here. See, I said I was going to stop earlier than usual, but this is still getting right on track. I'm just over the 3-hour mark on my stream. Yeah, pretty much par for the course here, guys. You got almost an extra hour out of me by getting me to talk about Google Earth and smoking cigarettes. Who knew that was going to, it's like the Silmarillion, cigarettes, Google Earth. Those really push my buttons. That really turns my knob. And now just a quick 27 innings of baseball. Go smoke a fatty and calm right down. All right, you guys. Gonna call it a night. Thank you all for being here. I was hoping Joss would show up, but maybe he's still salty that I was playing Bowie last week. He seemed to really not like the Bowie. But Jeff, Mr. J Maxey, Brad Pritchard, Nick C, Matus, Evie23, best Evie in the internet. Thank you guys for being here. You know what's gonna happen next? There's the lights went down. Yeah. Wait, this one. Then the soothing lullaby began. Go to sleep and good night. Your eyes are getting so heavy. Go to sleep now. Evie23, Brad Pritchard, J Maxey, Nick C, Jeff Harborough, and Matus, go to sleep. And maybe Jaws being silently salty watching as a lurker. I'll be waiting for you in your dreams. I almost had an urgent shit during Project Zomboid when I was hiding in those trees, didn't I?